Medal of Honor marks EA's return to the series for the first time since 2007's Medal of Honor Airborne, and it's the first time the series has left World War II. Set amidst the current war in Afghanistan, Medal of Honor follows a group of Tier 1 operators and Army Rangers over the course of several days in the midst of an operation gone wrong, which describes Medal of Honor a little too well, too often. At times, Medal of Honor is downright pretty. While scenes at night are underwhelming, daylight missions in the Shyakop Mountains feature some really excellent lighting and great texture work. It's just too bad the frame rate can't seem to keep up with what Danger Close put in the game. There's frequent slowdown and tearing whenever anything particularly interesting is on screen, and often even when there isn't. The story also has some major issues. Danger Close has stressed how respectful they tried to be to the sacrifice of American service personnel in Afghanistan, but not much of that respect is visible on the screen. Instead, Medal of Honor feels like an Afghanistan war theme park ride, and if all the glaring bugs and technical problems are any indication, the ride is broken. At least the sound is great, though. Medal of Honor is actually two games. The single player, developed by Danger Close, uses Unreal Engine 3 for a shooter that feels routine. Levels play out like shooting galleries without many targets.
Got him.
Assuming, of course, you were forced to wander around a shooting gallery after it closed, looking for the way out. The game generally does a poor job of directing you where you need to go, which is surprising how funneled the experience is otherwise. Dominated by scripted sequences and shooting enemies that pretty much always come from that way, Medal of Honor's gameplay often grows tedious. Multiplayer is better, but has its own issues. Developed by DICE using the Bad Company 2 engine, fights are fast and fun, but all the levels generally blur together. They're either in a small village, a small market, a small valley. You'll be hard-pressed to remember which is which. That's okay though, since each game type generally ends in both sides throwing themselves against each other until a match is over, and the de-emphasis on classes from Bad Company 2 makes for a less interesting experience. Medal of Honor suffers from a terminal case of inability to make a decision. It's like the developers couldn't decide what tone they wanted to maintain or what kind of shooter they wanted to be and failed to find an identity in the process. The fundamentals of Medal of Honor are there, but a boring campaign filled with stability issues, performance problems, and multiplayer that isn't quite enough to remain fun long-term make Medal of Honor disappointing. For more on Medal of Honor, check out IGN.com.